Oh my gosh, this little doohickey hanging down there feels very much Michael Jackson Thriller, very much hee hee, and it gets on my nerves. That one little hanging thing. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, it's going to drive me crazy. All right. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's going to drive me nuts. So, good morning, good rising. Glad to be here. It's Zoe Flowers. Glad you're here. I'm going to try to stop messing with my hair because it's in that in between stage, getting on my nerves. Oh my goodness. So, we have so much to do today. All right. Who is our woman's history of the day? And what knowledge do they have for us? No, no way. All right. We already had Marie Curie. Last week she was in the upright. Today she's in the reverse. So I'm going to say that the message for today, number one, is tapping into your own magic, understanding that you are the magician. But I'm going to do another pull because I already did a long video on Marie Curie. All right. So, Spirit, what do you have for us for today? Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Interesting because we've got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. Lozen is our person of the day. I don't know who Lozen is, but Wands is all about action. It's all about fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So, okay. So Lozen is Lozen, Apache Territory, United States is where they were born. So it's about challenge, perseverance, righteous anger, and rebellion. Very interesting, Lozen, because I wanted to do a reading actually today on anger and betrayal. I was going to do a separate live, but maybe I won't have to. So Lozen was a warrior and a prophet. Lozen was likely raised as all other children in her Cheyenne, Chiricahua Apache tribe. Chiricahua, I think. I'm not sure. Let's see. She learned to ride horses, at which she excelled. Apache children, girls, and boys were also expected to build up great physical endurance. It was common for parents. I got to plug my phone back in. Oh my goodness, I have so much to do today. Um, the Apache nation had It was common for parents to send their children running up to the top of a mountain. The Apache nation had a long tradition of raiding culture, whether to acquire supplies or seek vengeance in warfare. Women were rarely members of raiding parties, but the customs of the Apache afforded women considerable power, and their roles demanded respect. Girls and women gathered supplies and food when raids occurred. They were trained to move fast and efficiently as the male warriors. Furthermore, the Apache family structure was matriarchal. When a man married, he joined his wife's family rather than his wife joining his own. Lozen was expected to behave as any other girl, but she showed interest in learning how to be a warrior, like her father, uncles, and brothers. Wow. So I wonder because again, I woke up thinking about anger and betrayal and not feeling supported, and what that means and what that looks like. And here is a warrior. So I wonder if the message is having the spirit of a warrior and understanding that challenges will happen. We just have to meet them efficiently. We're going to see. So she wanted to be a warrior like her father, uncles, and brothers. She would wake before dawn to go running with them, often outpacing the boys. When it came time for Lozen's coming of age ceremony in the mid 1850s, she went alone to the mountains to meditate. It was there that she received a vision from Usen, the creator, the most powerful Apache deity. According to her vision, Usen had granted Lozen very important gifts: the gift to heal others, the gift of power over horses, and the ability to sense the location of an enemy. When she returned from the mountains, Lozen told her brother Victorio and the band's chief, Nana, that Usen had provided her with a ceremony that she could perform anywhere to know if their enemies were nearby. She had been granted gifts that were priceless to any warrior. From then on, Lozen rode alongside her brother and Nana on raids and into battle. For more than a century before Lozen's birth, the Apache had an acrimonious relationship with Spanish settlers and later the Mexican military, who encroached on their land. As Lozen became a woman, a new threat emerged when the white American forces expanded into the West. New Mexico. Hey, I've been thinking about moving to New Mexico. Lord, if Lozen is from New Mexico, I know something. New Mexico had been acquired by the United States as a territory in 1850. The new government meant to assert control, seizing and appropriating Apache lands in New Mexico. By the 1870s, the Cheyenne Apache had been forcibly moved to a desolate reservation in Arizona. In rebellion, Victorio and his band, excuse me, men, women, and children left the reservation in 1877. Lozen fought alongside her brothers as their band raided and marauded American settlements, all while escaping the military. Victorio and Nana relied on Lozen to sing her prayerful song to Usen with her arms outstretched so they might learn how to evade their enemies. So, sidebar. The reason why I've been thinking a lot about, well, I'm always thinking about betrayal and not feeling supported is because in so many ways I haven't been. And in so many ways I have been. And it gets really frustrating to create art and do videos and nobody likes them, nobody subscribes, nobody shares them. So I feel very unsupported, like these are free services that I do to help, right? But it gets discouraging when it's just like screaming to the wind and there's no support for the work that I'm doing. So it gets frustrating, right? And I had an amazing Akashic healing a couple of weeks ago. And this is something that I have to work on because it's something that I've been dealing with for a very long time. So there was a time when I wasn't supported at all, really, from humans, but I was supported, by spirit, obviously, ancestors, etc. And so this is something that is in my aura now, according to my Akashic reading. And so it's something that I have to work on releasing from my body, from my womb. And so, so that's something I've been working on. But it gets super frustrating. But at the same time, there are other areas of my life now where I'm like so supported. Like, oh my God, it's crazy. So I always go between, should I continue to do this type of thing? Or should I just go and do where people pay me really well, where my work is received really well, and just leave social media alone, right? Because most of my work and my money and things like that do not come from social media. And so this morning, Spirit's like, well, we support you. And I'm like, I understand that. And so here is Lozen talking about her connection to Spirit, that her prayerful song with her arms outstretched so that they might learn how to evade their enemy. So it's like maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Spirit's like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Yeah, maybe I'm looking at things the wrong way, which is why the Seven of Wands is here. right? And so whoever's watching this, perhaps you're looking at something the wrong way as well, and there needs to be a shift of focus. So while fleeing American forces, Lozen temporarily left the warriors to assist a group of Apache women and children with crossing the Rio Grande. I bet it's Grande. She took them on horseback through the surging river, using impressive control over her steed. After getting them on the other side of the river, Lozen rode back across toward the oncoming U.S. cavalry. She evaded the soldiers once more, riding until she found Victorio and his men. Later in the campaign, Lozen again left the band of warriors, this time to assist a woman who had just given birth and needed safety for herself and her baby. Lozen escorted them from Mexico to another Apache reservation. The journey required them to sneak through territory occupied by both Mexican and U.S. forces to avoid giving their position away with a gunshot. Lozen used her knife to kill a longhorn for food. She stole 2 Mexican cavalry horses, rifle, ammunition, and blankets, and delivered her charges safely to their destination. However, it was there that she learned that Victorio had recently been killed by the Mexican military in the Battle of Tres Castillos. In 1886, the Apache leader Geronimo led the last campaign against the U.S. and Mexican cavalries. Lozen fought beside him as she had with her brother, using her powers to help locate their adversaries. When Geronimo surrendered, she and many other Apache warriors were taken as prisoners of war and transported east. Confined in military barracks in Alabama, she died of tuberculosis on June 17, 1889. Lozen used her spiritual gifts to help others, even though she was often in I can't with spirit. I simply cannot. Oh my God. Lozen used her spiritual gifts to help others, even though she was often in difficult battles without support and where the odds were against her. Do you see how spirit works? The Seven of Wands connotes a situation in which you feel you're in conflict with one or more forces. You're being challenged by those who desire what you possess. This card offers you validation if you're currently feeling isolated as you try to navigate your way through the issue at hand. The Seven of Wands serves as a reminder to rely on your own self-confidence and sense of self-purpose to push through this conflict. I feel as if I could cry. I feel as if I could cry. Lord, if Lozen could make it fighting the Mexican militia and the whites, surely I can navigate my lovely life. Why do we do this? Why do we do this? To help us make it through. Amazing. In this case, you're not wrong to hold fast to your personal convictions. You will prove yourself to others by doing what you know is right. The card asks, what circumstances in your life have caused you to feel that you are one against many? A lot, being black and a woman with kinky hair and brown skin and a thick body in America. How can you best support yourself in the midst of this trouble? Well, clearly Spirit has an answer. So clearly Spirit is the way to go. What in your life is worth taking a stand for? That's a good question. What in my life is worth taking a stand for? That is the question today. What is worth taking a stand for? Is it healing? Do I need to shift how I think about healing work? So much of what I do is centered around the healing work, whether it's talking about race, whether it's domestic violence, even through my art. Is that worth taking a stand for? I said 2021 was going to be about joy. And I don't know if I'm feeling joyful. I don't know if what I'm doing is making me feel joyful. I know that when I'm giving tarot readings, I feel very joyful. Like when I'm doing one-on-one readings with people, it's so fun. Oh my God. The connection with spirit is so fun. Maybe it's not about, thank you, spirit. Maybe it's not about doing the tarot with or for people or doing these readings on social media. Maybe it's about the communion with spirit that I enjoy. Because even when I was little, I didn't come from a religious family, but I was religious. I would take the church bus from another town to church, to my god sister's church on Sundays, because I loved religion until I got older and more into my feminist, womanist sensibilities. And so even then, when I moved to Atlanta, there was a phenomenal church that I used to go to called Hillside, run by Dr. Barbara King. This little one hair is driving me crazy. And so what I realized was it was the connection to spirit that I was seeking. And at that time, I didn't have any access to tarot or crystals or any of those things. And so it was the connection to spirit. It was that joy. And I think that's what I love about tarot. It's the surprises, you know? So maybe what I need to do is take the focus off of the people and really just focus on the connection and the joy that I get from working with spirit. I always want to share stuff, you know? I always want to bring things to the marketplace and share information and teach and do these things. But maybe that's not, maybe the way I'm thinking about it is wrong. You know, I had a psychic tell me years ago, 2002, I think it was. No, that's not right. Maybe it was like 2005 or 2004, somewhere around there. And she said, save your truth for your poetry and for people who want to pay for it. Because people don't always want to hear your truth. And I never forgot that, but I forgot it. And maybe it also has to do with me being a generator. I'm supposed to respond. All I'm supposed to do is respond to what life presents in my human design. Look at that little hair. My cat's hair is everywhere. How did this cat hair get on my forehead? Ain't no telling. Oh, probably because I was dusting this morning. So, yeah. So I'm supposed to generate. I'm supposed to respond to life. So maybe I've been looking at this wrong. Something to think about. Something to think about. Save your truth for your poetry and the people who ask for it. Nobody asked for me to do it. You know, I got a lot of nerve. Nobody asked me to start a YouTube channel. Nobody requested a YouTube channel. Nobody requested an Instagram. So what am I doing? Maybe I won't do any more YouTube channels. Maybe there's no need for it. Maybe I will just enjoy YouTube as a spectator and save my truth for my poetry and the people who request it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Save my truth for my poetry and the people who pay for it. Look at that. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. That's it. That's it. So we do it for the love. So, whoever's watching, I hope that my rambling and working things through helped you. Yeah, I'm going to save my truth for my poetry and for the people that request it. And stop barking up wrong trees. Everything is not for everyone. Oh my God. You see how Spirit works that out? All right. Well, I appreciate you watching my rambling. And where's my beautiful Light Seers Tarot? I'm going to go on to the next thing. My mother's getting released from her rehab facility today, and she is itching to come home, and I don't blame her because I wouldn't want to be in there either. And so that's it. Thanks to whoever was watching, whoever hung out. If nobody told you today, you are loved, you are beautiful, you are deserving. And I will see you next time. Bye.